Hey guys, T-Nuts here. Welcome back to the Dead Cells stream. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new version 2.0 beta that has just recently dropped. Yeah, I can't believe it either. It feels like 1.9 just hit consoles, and that's because it did. So yeah, obviously Motion Twin gets these things out super fast. It's pretty impressive. So anyway, before I get into what all is new with this version, we're going to talk about the build that I'll be using this time, which is the explosive crossbow. And this thing saw some huge changes in 1.9. As you can see, it's now a two-handed weapon, where the main hand is basically the same as ever. It's just a relatively slow, ranged attack that does a little bit of AoE damage, a little bit of stun. It's always been okay. Better in biomes where the AoE is useful than against bosses. And they changed the offhand into a melee attack that kind of didn't really give it much because it was a mediocre melee ability to begin with, and it didn't really synergize in any way. So it's like, well, I could have just taken a better melee weapon if I wanted to do that, but typically I would take a shield or something that actually synergizes with it anyway. So overall, relatively disappointing. Then came the 2.0 update, and holy crap, this thing got buffed more than I think I've ever seen anything get buffed in any video game. And basically, so what we're working with is they doubled the base DPS. Straight up doubled. So now this thing actually can kind of pump against bosses. And they also increased the explosion DPS, so it still does good AoE DPS even on the target that's not the main target hit. Not doubled in that case. That's only like a 20% increase, which is, you know, still good. I'll take it. And they increased the firing rate, so it's safer to use than ever. So all of those things are incredible. Apparently they did also nerf some things to compensate. It doesn't stun quite as long as it once did, so you can't stun lock with it super easily like you once could. But I mean, who needs to stun lock when they're just dead anyway? And it was already fine in biomes. It really just needed the help against bosses, and that's what it got with that damage increase. So then there's also the alternate hit, which I've intentionally not been showing off yet. But look at this thing. They changed it from a 2-hit combo to a 1-hit combo that just does this. It's a giant AoE explosion around yourself. It's a little faster than the main shot, so if you don't have time to fire that main hit, you can still use that alternate hit and possibly get a hit off before you take damage. But the really nice thing about it is that A, it does solid damage, B, you can use it when you run out of ammo, and C, it basically works like a mini wave of denial just to get enemies off of you when they get too close. It's like a slower wave of denial that does... See, I just knocked him right off the cliff. And it's nice when enemies get too close to you. It also hits behind you a little bit, so it's just like a really nice get off of me option that actually makes sense with a slow ranged weapon, because when is a slow ranged weapon bad? It's when there's a bunch of enemies right in your face. What do you want to do in that situation? Preferably, you would want to get them off of you. So, yeah, that probably explains itself pretty well. And needless to say, you know, I haven't done a run with this thing yet or really tested it out that much, but it seems like it's going to be straight up awesome now. And a tonic right off the bat. I'm going to drop Death Orb for this bad boy. When I just avoid any melees in any dangerous situation. And, you know, because this is a ranged weapon, we're not going to be able to work with Heart of Ice to reduce the cooldown to just absurdly low levels. But because it does, like, the explosion on the explosive crossbow for both the melee hit and the ranged hit gives you a guaranteed critical hit. So we can take Instinct of the Master of Arms with this thing and still get a solid amount of cooldown reduction, kind of akin to what we would have been looking at in the Swift Sword run. So it's gonna work well with tonic. Honestly, there's probably a decent number of skills that you could take with this thing. You could even use Mushroom Boy with this thing. ice armor. You know, early game, ice armor's almost better just because it's going to prevent me from dying when I'm cursed. I could take them both. Am I crazy enough? Why not? Who needs offensive skills when you've got the explosive crossbow? So, yeah, I expect this run to go well. We'll see. I've been wrong about things before. That wasn't the easiest. Oh, burn the ground when you run. I'm gonna take that. I mean, I am working with ice armor, so that's kind of counterintuitive, but ice armor is really more about the armor part than the ice part, at least in my opinion. So anyway, because this is a beta, there's also quite a few other changes that we're going to be looking at. One of those, and you've probably already noticed that, is the soundtrack. So they've added an option to use an 8-bit soundtrack instead of the regular soundtrack. I mean, I actually thought the regular soundtrack was pretty good, so I don't know that an 8-bit soundtrack was like super needed, but it's nice to have the diversity, I guess. Like, I think I like the regular version of Prison Quarters better than the 8-bit version, but this certainly isn't bad, you know? And I don't think we really need anything else. So we're gonna go to Arboretum today. My favorite biome. Oh my god, yes! I'm so excited. And I'm actually gonna be doing 2 different version 2.0 videos, and I'll be taking a totally different route each time, just so that you can kind of get an idea of what some of the different 8-bit songs sound like. Then for the rest of my videos, I mean, we'll see how much I like it, but I kind of feel like I probably am going to stick with the regular soundtrack, at least most of the time. I might mix it up once in a while. Again, like I was saying, a little bit of variety really never hurt anyone. And the biggest thing about this update is that they actually added an entirely new biome. So we're definitely going to be going there. Let's check that out today. And this song's off to an interesting start. I don't really remember the regular Arboretum having this much personality right away in the soundtrack, but I don't really come here that often either, admittedly. Old Joey. I've missed you, Joey. And it's like I can just stun lock these dudes. You can almost play the melee part of this like you can play Spartan Sandals, where you just keep kicking someone backwards, except this time I'm literally blowing them up. Instead of rolling toward them to approach, like you would with Spartan Sandals, I can just shoot a giant bazooka shot right in their face. Go ahead. A Thunder Shield, let alone a starred Thunder Shield? Yeah, we're going to put that in the backpack. Not that I'm going to switch off of the explosive crossbow, but yeah, guys, Thunder Shield's real good. So if you ever come across it, it's kind of the thing that should go in your backpack in case you plan on possibly switching at some point. Oh god! I got that ice armor off just in time. No time to dodge it. But at least I didn't take damn. Oh my god! Arboretum. I'm terrible at this biome, in case you didn't know. This thing just shreds enemies. Oh my god. And it's survival skill. Survival gets to have Wave of Denial. It's so good. It's so good. I've been looking forward to putting this thing on a stream for a while. Because, like, the 1.9 explosive crossbow, admittedly, I thought it was pretty badly undertuned. Like, you could win with it, but it just was so outclassed by almost everything else. There wasn't much point in taking it, even though it could be done. So what affixes am I working here? So, and also because it's a heavy weapon, you can get stuff like just straight up 20% damage increased with no requirements whatsoever. You don't have to do anything to get that. It's pretty awesome. Dang, that melee attack is so good. And look how far that launched that guy. He almost went right into the spikes. This place is just like a bunch of blocks. I don't know if I'm really making much headway here. Kind of thought that he would fall in that pit. I actually launched him too far. Yeeters. That is quite a strong shield that little mushroom boy has there. Mushroom boy must protect at all costs. And he will do so even if he is getting shot by a bazooka. I'm gonna take more than a bazooka to stop a mushroom boy. Don't you know? Oh my god. The guy just got 8. Damn, nature, you scary. Okay, that was the wrong button. Should have shot him with the crossbow. And it does have like a little bit of auto aiming, as you see. Like it kind of aimed down at that guy. They added some cool new lore rooms to this place recently. Like I guess this isn't a lore room, but check out those fountains, man. Like that's pretty tight. Whew. Oh, we got ourselves a legendary here. Okay, well, I mean, I love Thunder Shield, but it's a legendary. Come on. I want something a little shinier for my backpack. Good on skills, I think. Just so good on skills. I'm really going to appreciate... I'm going to the Morass, so I'm really going to appreciate having the ice armor for that. There's a required curse to take in there. And it's sometimes not a fun thing to have to do, because you've got those blowgunners just sniping you from God knows where. So that knockback was pretty effective, but the Yeeter, you know, he's got his own ranged attack. He's like, I don't care how far you knock me back. We're already at 60 hits. I guess I did take damage in here. I at least had tonic popped when I did, I think. I don't have any melees, like, so unless I found food and just forgot about it. Dude, this weapon is awesome now. It's awesome. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Also, please, I know this is only the beta, so please, Motion Twin, Evil Empire, don't look at this video and nerf my beautiful explosive crossbow. I don't think it's, like, super OP good, but it's good now, and it's definitely a lot of fun too. Like, I still think there are better ranged weapons than this thing. If you want to nerf something, I'd probably start with tonic or maybe Heart of Ice, which is kind of crazy considering survival maybe isn't even the strongest color right now, and those are both survival. Support. Honestly, support just gives you too much damage for tactics. Hard to say you should nerf anything in tactics because its HP is so low, but here I am. I never really thought I'd see the day that I'd say to do that. And that melee hit is just like a really good panic button, like, oh shit, I need to get everything off of me right now. It does exactly. Well, there was straight up nothing up there. It looks like there's some kind of stuff on the map in the top left, but I have no clue how to get over there. Well, we'll head back for now. We are not going to prison depths today, because we're going to try to speed things up a little bit, because the new biome actually is in the same tree as High Peak Castle, which is a biome that I actually often skip. So because we're going to be taking the biome in that tree, we will be avoiding the other optional biomes that we can. And that must be where the morass is. Oh my god, it's over there. Well, while I'm here, come on, let's pick up a better crossbow. And see, I was even able to hit that spiny with my melee attack? Is that right? Like, I guess maybe part of that explosion counts as a ranged hit or something. Ammo plus 3 is just huge on this thing because it only has 4 shots. So ammo plus 3 almost doubles its ammo. Plus that has 20% damage on it. That's real good. We're gonna go with that for now. Alrighty, so let's go down here. I'll go ahead and take you. I don't anticipate myself getting hit again, but now that I've actually used it, I probably will. God, and I love just being able to drop down on things and blow them up. So this is just a shot, but yeah, I had to come over here to grab that fragment. We got this out of it too. Let's take that damage buff. Oh, not quite quick enough for you. Probably should actually use my ice armor and stuff once in a while. Like the explosive crossbow has just been doing so much work. Oh, I can't teleport from that. I can only teleport to it. Bummer. Spending entirely too long in this place. Let's move on. The less time I can be an arboretum, the better. Literally just run straight ahead here. We did get the 60 hit door though. What kind of goodies are we gonna get today? Oh, it's so weird running to the left at the start. I'm not used to that. 3. Oh my god. Okay, yes. I'm not even looking at the other stuff because we got 3 survival scrolls on that neck. So nice. Alright, and now we'll pick up the other mutation that I know we want, which is Instinct. And we might go with ammo later because I have ammo plus 3 and 7 ammo on a relatively slow firing weapon, even though its attack speed was buffed. I don't know that I need ammo. Ice armor was nice there. Ice armor and tonic are both just so good. And they are survival scaling, but you can basically use them as whatever. You'll get a little bit more bonus health if you use tonic with the correct color. For ice armor, it basically doesn't matter at all. It just means your ice armor will do a little more damage. But its damage is basically non-existent anyway. Ooh, I can't believe that guy. I think he like turned mid-shot. Like he was facing his blowgun one way, I rolled behind him, and then he turned and shot me. Touche. That's like the kind of move that I sometimes pull with my ranged weapons. God, that melee hit is so good. Like, it's hard to say, but like maybe the melee hit is even better than the ranged hit, which is like crazy, because the ranged hit had itself buffed to deal double the damage that it used to be dealing. And the the melee hit might still be better. Okay, so mine is only a 7 and this is an 8. You got ammo plus 3. This kind of looks like a straight upgrade. 20% damage, ammo plus 3. This gives me slowdown all nearby enemies when they die, which is quite good. Victims burn when they die and plus damage to burning. Could be useful in biomes. Sure. Sure. But now to deal with my curse in this godforsaken biome. I'm not hating the 8-bit soundtrack in here either. Honestly, I feel like this is another biome where normally the music is just kind of in the background, as opposed to like prison quarters, clock tower, cavern. Some of those have some really kick-ass songs that are pretty prominent. And I think the 8-bit soundtrack has definitely tried to capture that too. Okay, I actually need to swap these because I'm too used to having my range button on Y and my melee button on X. I don't know who you were. Oh my god! And then I still screwed it up. Still pressing the... It's like I faked myself out, got myself used to doing it the other way. There we go. At least those little guys help me get rid of my curses quick. Oh, the slowdown actually killed me there. Because again, he's just able to keep aiming that little blowgun while I'm running all over the place. Oh my god! It keeps happening. Normally, I swear, it's helpful. But not today. I really need to be using tonic more too. Like, look at that! He's just like tracking me and I don't know when the actual shot is going to happen. It's weird. Oh my god, range on that. I'm not having a good time in this biome so far. Melee attack is actually kind of quick. Oh god. Again. And the thing about the melee hit too, though, is you kind of have to hit with the center of the crossbow. Otherwise, you only get the non-critical damage, and you can see for cross hit, like it's a pretty big difference. So like the outside of the explosion doesn't do very much damage, but the inside does like 3.5 times as much. So the outside is more like just useful as a knockback. If you want to actually do damage with it, you gotta hit him at close range. And we are to the nest already. But I know there's a food shop in here. We will definitely be stopping there to reduce our malice. Did he even shoot? Just too easy, dude. Too easy. I don't have that much HP. No, though. No. Come on. Grab you. Why not? And we're back to full. We lost a little bit of money there. Joey. Running to greet me. He missed me so much. I've been away from streaming for about 2 weeks. And Joey, he didn't really appreciate that. He's like, when are we gonna tell me, bro? That melee hit is also just extremely good for enemies teleporting to you. Alright, alright. Joey even got me a gift. And like that ranged hit is just like one-shotting guys. When are you gonna shoot? He makes the shooting sound effect, aims his blowgun all over the stage, and still hasn't even fired yet. Come on, dude. And this is actually a new item that was introduced in version 2.0. Tesla coil. Tactics only, though, so I'm not going to be taking it. This one's actually insane. Look at that. 25% less damage when you're near it. 10% damage when you're near it. Done. So, extremely good. I wish it was somehow survival scaling. It is not, though. But I think it's just a very strong turret. I mean, turrets in general. Everybody knows how good they are. Especially when you're playing tactics. You can take support with them. It's like, I think the devs really want you to play turrets with tactics. One more scroll frag, and then we'll go on to the tick. Oh my god, hello. Double trouble. Oh, I'm sorry, were you guys supposed to be hard? Ooh. One shot in Slashers, one shot in Joey, one shot in Axe McGee. That is not a name sanctioned by Gwen, by the way. I'll have to talk to her about those guys. Yep, we're good here. Let's go on. Only 13 scrolls. I actually don't see it being a problem. These are all monies. Rampart, arguably the best shield in the game, along with Thunder Shield. Yeah, I feel like you want offense or def. Well, Rampart can be played offensively too. I don't know which I'd say is better, but okay. So now comes the tricky part of picking our third mutation. Killing an enemy with a melee attack gives Berserker. This does have a reasonably strong melee attack. I could even go with combo. None of those are going to help in a boss fight. Open. I don't have any kind of bleeding synergy on this. Vengeance is never bad necessarily. Hunter's Instinct. You know, I guess I was saying earlier that I couldn't use Heart of Ice with this thing, and I was wrong, huh? Like, I could totally just use Heart of Ice with the melee attack. For this boss, I almost like Necromancy. I don't think I need ammo. Yeah, I like Necromancy just for the melees that I might take. We can consider dropping that later. Get you some. Hardest attack to dodge. Oh, they're back to back. You see that? So I didn't have my roll back again. There seemingly was no way to dodge both of those. Whew. Well, I didn't take any melees. It's like they don't want you hugging that wall anymore. So they decided to do something about it with the pattern there. You know, I was wondering, like, would I... Oh my god, really? Would I regret not taking ammo? And it just hasn't been an issue whatsoever. Look how fast that ammo comes back. Oh my god, I meant to roll there. Not a good Mama Tick fight, but okay. I got all of my melees back. So sure. I guess not a horrible Mama Tick fight. The more damage I take, the more valuable tonic gets. For now, we're good. No, we're going to fight the giant today. So we are going to want to go to Graveyard. Otherwise, we have to go Sepulchre and then Giant. But I want to show off the 8-bit version of the Cavern soundtrack because everybody knows Cavern is an awesome song. So we're going to want to hear that one. And I've never heard Graveyard in 8-bit either. So I'm curious. The regular Graveyard is like pretty good. I like the regular Graveyard song. It's a... maybe not like the best musically, but thematically it's like very ominous sounding. It sets the tone really well. And it's more noticeable than a lot of the other songs that kind of just are ominous background noise. Like this one definitely has more to it. Oh! It went over me! His scorpion attack went over me. Get over me. I apologize for the very dumb unscorpion reference. Slow worked out for me there. Bust through that door. It's all I want in this life. Damn, it just one-shots everything. 100% of my health. I should probably save that just in case things go south. I really don't think that's gonna happen, but always better to be safe than sorry. The 8-bit version of this is feeling pretty in the background so far. We'll see if that changes. I'm gonna take you. 30% health? How the hell do I have to go this way? I don't think so. I'm probably missing something really obvious back there. Oh, duh, dude. You gotta click on that thing. It's like the melee hit is so good that I'm actively running up to enemies to hit them when I should just be standing back. I would say maybe if Motion Twin wanted to balance this thing. Not that I feel like it's particularly OP, but the one thing they could do is just make it so the melee hit does less damage. So, like, sure, it's fast and it's good for knocking them away, but if you want to get kills, you want to do it with actual ranged hit. Because right now, the melee hit's still... I mean, it doesn't do as much damage as the ranged hit, but it still does a lot of damage. Better tonic. Right on. And you may be thinking to yourself, like, okay, like, my offenses look good, but not, like, anything totally crazy. But you got to keep in mind that I'm playing survival, so I have a ton of HP, and I'm literally not taking a single offensive skill. I'm doing all of this with just the crossbow itself. It doesn't knock the elites back quite as far. Like, maybe if you're going to nerf the damage output, make it so at least that knockback is... Oh, sometimes the knockback is good and sometimes it's not. I feel like there's a lot of things that go into it. I'm no expert on the matter. Like, does the enemy have forward momentum? That might change the way it works a little bit. Is the enemy an elite or some kind of, like, large... heavy enemy or something? I don't know if that matters. Ooh, can't one-shot the slashers anymore. So using this against enemies that you don't one-shot, like a slasher, seems like it should be kind of like a fine dance between using the ranged attack and then when they close the distance, making sure you get that melee hit in and knock them back. I'm sure my health isn't that high, but I do have a lot of damage reduction from my skills, which are also defensive in nature and negate a lot of damage on their own. And I know I'm about to get cursed, so... So this is going to be where the food shop is. Knock that slasher back pretty far. But I might look at dropping ice armor once I've gotten rid of the curse. This thing's just a lot of fun to use. There's no denying that. I don't want to have to come back here later. I'm just going to grab that now. Still enemies in there if I need them. Hopefully there will be a teleporter up here. Please, God. Alright, we're good. We really need to find that curse chest. I mean, I guess I can lift it in cavern if I have to. So I feel like the oomph of this song is definitely lost in 8-bit. Like, it's got like the cool, like Super Metroid sounding even, like, choir part going on. I shouldn't take this while a bunch of guys are trying to actively murder me. That's a lesson that I've learned before. There has been one time where I took a curse chest, and literally the second I popped out, some guy murdered me before I could even move. So... beautiful, colorless trap. So this would actually let me ditch necromancy and take support, which is so busted right now that it's actually good off color. I'll probably do that no, I'm gonna do it now for tonic, because tonic's not giving me anything while I'm cursed. And then I'll come back here and trade tonic for ice armor after I've lifted the curse. Assuming I lift the curse. That also means I actually need to do it while I'm still in the biome. So, hopefully I left enough enemies in here alive. Please. Oh my God, there's some there. Found some. And we're just gonna smash this thing on the ground until everything's dead. I couldn't even tell what was happening. But I am gonna smash. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Kill that guy that I never even saw once. Wonder what he was. Oh, so I actually... Alright. I took a portal over here. Let's go back, grab tonic. Because tonic is incredible and kind of busted right now. And a higher level than the ice armor. Let's get moving. What are you doing down there? Just look at this nonsense. Well, there's a little bit of a frame skip there. That was kind of weird. What we got? Alright, well, we'll head back, pick up that food, and then go on a cavern. No point wasting time around here. but we're cruising. Wow. See, that was just me showing my skills off. That's why I make these videos, so everybody can bear witness. I didn't get the 60 kill door. Alright, whatever. It's fine. But yeah, so we have a trap now. Necromancy's not really doing anything at this point. 0.8 seconds per each critical hit. So we're going to be getting a lot of tonic usage. The thing about Sinew Slicer is that I like it, but it has low HP. So I guess at least with Instinct, we can respawn it if it gets killed. And it'll give me 12% damage at all times, basically. Maybe, like, combo would be better in a biome, but explosive crossbow's so good in biomes already. And, man, Sinew Slicer sucks against the giant, too. I didn't even think about that, but who cares? Sinew Slicer is going to be giving me 12% damage against the giant. And every time the giant slams the ground, then Sinew Slicer can hit him. Because the thing about Sinew Slicer is it doesn't aim up. It's like Zoolander, where you can only turn one direction. Kind of. But also kind of not like that. Oh, come on. Look at that guy's health bar. There we go. Ooh! An explosion picked them both off. Alright, this man needs some scrolls. Why? I feel like my scrolls are so low. I guess I haven't gotten any curse chests. Like any bonus curse chests, that is. Oh my god! How even? Bird! Bird on the loose. Cavern soundtrack kicking in. Sounding promising. Cavern is still a jam. How did you dodge that? Like, how did you dodge it? Damage suffered a little bit after taking that thing, but I mean, 4 scrolls. Honestly, my HP was feeling a little low. Alright, so I have an explosive crossbow, 8. Let's up the damage a little bit here. Okay. And look at this one. So, first of all, ammo plus 3. I've already told you how good that is. 20% more bonus damage. Critical hits plus 20%. This thing basically always gets critical hits. So we're looking at 40% bonus damage for free. Arrows stuck in enemies come back? So this is an affix that I thought you could only get on grenades. But here it is on a bow with ammo. So I imagine what this means is that when I hit someone with the melee attack from this weapon, that it will give me my ammo back. Which is extremely good and means that I never have to take the ammo mutation with this thing. But if it means that when I hit someone with ammo from this weapon, that I recover my ammo, that has to be an oversight, if that's what happens. But, hey, these are the burning questions that we are here to test. Also, it's just going to do a ton more damage because, you know, it's a 12. let's be real, I haven't had problems with ammo yet anyway. And like because of that, it's almost hard to tell whether that. I don't think the shots are refunding ammo so far. Like they came back, but he died. Now we're killing those guys in one hit. That's the nice thing about coming to... Oh, and he dodged it, too. That's the nice thing about coming to Cavern. The level 12 weapons for sale. That goes so far. I didn't realize that went so far. Somehow I accidentally switched my weapons back again. That was throwing me off a little bit. I think my controller came disconnected for a split second and then just decided that it was going to swap my weapons. I swear, when my controller gets disconnected, it just does whatever it wants for a very brief period. It's been happening more and more recently. I think I need to get like a new cable for it or something. Like I've got a USB cable plugged into this Xbox controller right now, and it's just... I mean, the controller works fine. Like the buttons and stuff all input well. But it just keeps getting disconnected. And if it happens at the wrong time, it can be bad. Into the lava with you. That's where Big Bird belongs. Lava. Ever since I was a kid watching Sesame Street. That's what I've always thought. That's why my parents didn't let me play with other little kids for a long time. And here I am today. A perfectly healthy, normal adult. I've said this before, but my god, the number of scrolls you get for these biomes now, it just feels like Christmas, dude. Mushroom boy. Alright, tonic 12. Yes. Just for the damage reduction alone, it's worth it. It's quite a shield. Blocks an explosion. So those arbiters, they're a huge pain. My favorite way to deal with them, though, is to get either directly above them or below them. Because their grenade that they drop at the end does not attack in those directions. You can't go left or right unless you want to be ready to dodge the follow-up bomb that they drop. And I am always a fan of doing fewer things instead of more things. So just go up or down. Not even have to worry about dodging it. Who cares if you have amazing skills, terrible skills, useless skills, fantastic skills? You could have any kind of skills. Big Bird cannot handle that knockback. Big Bird could not handle the lava earlier. Things have gone downhill for Big Bird since he left Sesame Street and moved to a cavern. I live in a cavern now. Like, damn. Seriously? The king left one of his statues here? There's no end to his ego. I mean, yeah. Spoilers, if you don't know, just cover your ears for the next few seconds. I am the king. So you'd think having completed the 5 BC storyline, I guess they just haven't worried about inputting extra dialogue, etc. Ooh! That was kind of a tough dodge. 2133. I kind of like taking that extra scroll. It does hurt my support damage just a little bit. But I think overall it's worth it. Definitely annoying when the demons like get in the wall and you can't hit them because you can't hit anything that's in the wall. Some very loud squeaking noises coming from behind me. I'm not really sure what that is. There's Explorer's Instinct. So we need to go over there and pick up those 2 fragments, and then we will run along to the giant. I'm getting hit a lot, aren't I? I probably need to just, like, take it easy. Think about what I've done. Not at this point. But I'm tempted to take that stun grenade and use Heart of Ice. It would probably be quite good. We're even one-shotting these big dudes now. Alright, I needed that. Oh, some good damage there. Good damage. Looks similar to the neck that I found earlier. I think we're good to move on. Yep. Let's go. Really? There's no more scrolls in here? I'm not just a crazy person? Okay, I am a crazy person. Failed the door again. Have I no shame? Sad, sad Scully. This song sounds pretty much the same as ever. Yeah, so I'm... Oh, God! I'm definitely not getting ammo back just for shooting him with my ammo. Probably a good thing, to be totally honest with you. That would be extremely broken and like almost an obvious oversight. Okay, don't know how I turned there. Just camping his own fist with the falling crystals or stalactites or stalactites? One of my longer giant fights, but I mean, I think my scroll count is just really low. Figured that would do it. Not amazing. Not totally horrible. We'll make up for some of our lack of scrolls in this upcoming biome. I mean, I guess the problem... And that part's still in French. Did you guys know Motion Twin is French? That part's still in French because it's the beta. But, yeah, taking that route, if you don't get any curse chests, and you don't get any of those challenge runes or whatever, and you don't get the curse chest from going to the alternate prison route, then you can be a bit low on scrolls at this point. But we'll make up for it here. This is the new biome, alternate path to High Peak Castle. And it's pretty interesting. They've gone with like a puzzle-like approach here, where basically you've got these exploding barrels that you have to hit into the walls to destroy the walls. And man, that was terrible. Like, my weapon auto-aimed to try to hit it. I should have just done that from the beginning. I was afraid that the explosive hit was going to blow the barrel up directly on myself. And there's also a new weapon from this biome called the barrel launcher. So if you don't want to mess with the barrels that are just on the ground, you can pick one up in this biome. There's guaranteed to be a colorless one in here. And use it for all the puzzles. And it's a decent weapon. If this were a barrel launcher showcase, then maybe I'd show you what that looks like. It is not a barrel launcher showcase. But that doesn't mean that there can't possibly be a barrel launcher showcase at some point in the future. Like, there's no way T-Nuts would ever want to show off a new weapon right after it came out, right? So these guys kind of sit in the background, and as you walk past them, they spawn. So there's one right there. And they shoot out like a knife dance type attack, and they also self-destruct on you. So they're like a ground version of the kamikaze bats. Everybody loves kamikaze bats, so it's like a ground version? Yes, please. If you can add another type of ground version of kamikaze bats, that would be even better. But I guess for now, we'll have to just make do with one. Oh, and also, hammers are in here. The giant bastards from Prison Depths used to be exclusive to Prison Depths. Now they can kill you in other biomes too. Probably the hardest enemy in here. Honestly, I think this place is still easier than High Peak Castle. There are no forced elite fights. There's just like the puzzles instead. And these big dudes too, like they're like friggin' Donkey Kong. Throw barrels on you, and the barrels explode, and you can actually hit those barrels with your attacks and parry them back at the enemy, and they'll do damage to him. I know you want to jump up here. Maybe not. I thought you would. Those guys can jump up to you. So I think unlike most enemies that only teleport in 4BC+, those guys just teleport whenever they feel like it. Just spam that a little bit. Hammers make for some interesting situations, I gotta say. They're probably one of the most fun enemies to fight against because it always feels like you're in so much trouble because they spawn so many bats. But realistically, those bats are kind of weak. It like looks a lot worse for you than it really is. But even so, like I said, it just makes it seem really fun. Like, how did I survive that every single time you fight a hammer? But, pretty interesting biome, I guess. I'm kind of surprised that this leads directly to the throne room. I guess maybe what we're getting at here is that the king is an alcoholic and just wants to have access to this kind of thing at all times. And those barrels that you see on the ground, like I was saying, you can use them to solve puzzles. You can also pick up the barrel launcher to solve those puzzles, but I digress. More about that later. But yeah, those barrels on the ground, if you don't use them to solve puzzles, you can hit them into enemies. But you gotta be careful and, like, say there's a puzzle coming up and you're in a giant group of enemies with one of those barrels. I wouldn't advise saving the barrel for the puzzle because the enemies can hit the barrel too. And they're just gonna smash that barrel right into your face. Even though it might or might not be full of alcohol, it probably isn't going to feel good. It seems like it's highly volatile. So it would have been nice to have the barrel launcher for like some of these doors that I just can't get through. The thing about those barrel guys, those barrels with legs, that's what we'll call them, I guess. Even though they do run into you and explode on you, like those explosive bats, they don't just explode on contact. So they actually, like, you can hear them ticking, and they only explode once they tick down to a certain point. And you do have to get in here to get this key. As you can see, a little barrel, like there's even ladders involved. Like, this is Donkey Kong, straight up Donkey Kong. Oops. And this biome is just huge too. Like, look at this place. Sometimes it feels a little too empty, I think. But I love fighting hammers. Hammers, I feel like, are one of the most fun enemy to fight in the game. So, like, I do like this biome for that. And it did introduce a new weapon and a new turret, which is cool. And having more choice is always better than having less choice. I guess if I could have a gripe other than like the big openness of it, I would also say that, like, I kind of liked that hammers were like Prison Depths unique enemy. You only found him in Prison Depths, and it kind of gave Prison Depths some more personality. Now there's not any unique enemies in Prison Depths, because they took the one that was unique and put it in here, and they gave this place 2 of its own unique enemies. They didn't add a new one for Prison Depths, so if it were up to me, next move, add another new enemy to Prison Depths. Oh, and I should have waited for that guy to throw a barrel so I could have gotten in there. Well, see? That's one of the advantages of taking the barrel launcher when you're in here, which is the new weapon. If I hadn't said that already. Would not have locked me out of that situation. And I actually... those types of doors are always only shortcuts. You never have to take the barrel launcher to get through here, so don't feel like, oh, I hate this biome because it's forcing me to take barrel launcher. No, that's not the case. Woo! I can't outladder that guy. But again, another door that I needed a barrel to get through. Oh god! He just jumps down onto that platform to chill with me. He's like, sup? And so now you can see I'm on the other side. And it's just like, would have been a nice little shortcut, but not necessary. He jumped over that? Damn. That takes some balls. Like, there is a literal bazooka flying, like bazooka shot, flying directly toward you, and you just jump directly over that. Wait, that's the end of the biome? So that's actually the route that I have to take to get to height. So I have to go get this barrel launcher. Okay. So maybe I just, like, I guess I should have left that guy alive. True. That's my fault for not doing that. But now that I didn't do that, I have to go all the way back up here just to be able to leave the biome. That feels like a bit much. I don't know. Like, I think maybe not all of the spawn, like, because then I'm gonna have to come back too to get the weapon that I want after I've used the barrel launcher to clear the way. I think this might just be like the random stage generator not working 100% as well as it might always work. And maybe something that will be ironed out by the end of the beta. Or at least hopefully. But I can show you guys this path to get the barrel launcher now. Oh look, ladders. Wow, that hit me! Those barrels have a pretty big explosion. I didn't feel like I was particularly close to it. So have to take this. And we're not going to use that weapon very much right now. This is not barrel launcher showcase. And like maybe add a few more teleporters in here too. I think that would be really helpful. But yeah, there's no way around it. Had to go get the barrel launcher to get through. It's a little frustrating. But, I mean, come on. I'm playing a beta. I forgive them. Oh, I can't sell it. That's smart. They don't want you to get potentially locked out by selling that barrel launcher. Did I, like, miss any food? Like, man. I am just getting my ass beat so far in this game. Been a little while, I guess. What's in my backpack doesn't really matter. I knew that would be a higher level, so why not? I guess I could have gotten more gold if I didn't do that. Yeah. So I'll reset mutations. And then why don't we stick with instinct and support? And how about... I'm gonna take dead inside. And I'm actually gonna flask here. I mean, my pride would normally say no, beat the game without using any flasks, but whatever. I'm not gonna risk the stream just for my pride. Really need to pop tonic more often. I'm just not really playing very well, to be totally honest with you. I wonder how I froze him there. So, bam. Hit him with that cross shot. Got all my ammo back. Well, hit me with that attack a lot in this fight. It went alright. Explosive crossbow, you know, it's a slow weapon, and it's a ranged weapon. And neither of those are necessary. Slow weapons are alright against Hand of the King, but range gives you nothing. Normally, explosive crossbow makes up for its slowness with its range, but against Hand of the King, it can't really do that. All in all, I mean, it was pretty easy. Get gastronomy back. Get instinct back. And stick with support, okay. Kinda excited to hear 8-Bit Astrolab. Normally one of the better songs in my opinion. This thing is still one-shotting, guys. So this song in 8-Bit is definitely approaching jam territory. I'm liking it so far. Actually, I really didn't think he hit me there. Oh well. Not a fan of the fact that my controller keeps switching my buttons too. Every time it disconnects, it pauses itself, freezes up, spazzes out, and switches my buttons. I need a different cable. Real bad. Vampirism is so tempting. Two-shot that'll win. Nice, nice. So I could drop down here. Seems terrifying. I don't know if dropping down there is what I want. I can't get through that? No, no. So it can hit them when they're above me, but it doesn't kill because it's not going to crit. Because it's hitting with the outer part of the explosion. So useful, but well, is it even useful? It's not useless, let me put it that way. It feels maybe a notch above useless. Yeah, it's like you need speed, you need knockback, then you take the melee hit. You need damage, you need range, take the ranged hit. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Can I, like, I've got 4 jumps. That's a weird spawn of the layout of the floor there. I think it's always so hard to find my way around this biome. Okay. Alright, I'll see you later. You want to come back up? Where did he go? Alright. I'll just fight this guy for now. Maybe it's someday we'll meet again. There he is! Cool. Just show up right while I'm fighting a librarian. Oh, it's a Thunder Shield 12, sure. Just an insane item. So it must be down there. Got lore stuff. Yeah, maybe I should have showed off the lore rooms in the distillery. I'll make sure to do that next time I'm in there. This explosive crossbow is already pretty good. I guess maybe we could find one that does extra damage to bleeding, huh? Well, well, well. Uh-huh. That one doesn't give me arrows back. I'm taking it anyway. Woo! With the bleed damage, that guy dropped. Maybe something that's causing my buttons to switch is every time I pick up a new crossbow, too. I actually hadn't been thinking about that. Wow. So I guess the main hit must have hit the failed experiment there, because there's no way the failed experiment died and that other dude didn't. Oh my god, really? Well, that's why I left that food up there, huh? Let's go pick up a snack real quick. Could use a good snack. Alright, let's see if we can just get through here and get all the way to the collector while we still got this buff. That would be ideal, because that is a 38% damage buff. That's pretty huge. We're cruising so far. I think that was about the fastest I've ever gone through that tower. I was like, must preserve gastronomy buff. Well, that was easy. A scroll fragment. That's weird. That doesn't normally spawn on this biome. Alright. Let's get it done. Here comes my collector no-hit with my incredibly powerful, super slow weapon. For sure, this is the weapon to get a no-hit with. Especially with a damage reduction skill. But I will take support. And always emergency triage. Do I want instinct? Yes. I'll take instinct. So we'll try to wipe this out quickly because I believe Gwen has plans for the stream. Final boss music is pretty badass. The 8-bit version of this should be interesting to hear. Alright, I'm really pleased to say that my cat decided to walk in front of the screen right as I was doing that. My controller disconnected, so now we are pausing and probably switching the buttons around. Alright, I'm back. I don't feel particularly great about the fact that we went into a new phase there. Or a new room before he flashed. Oh boy. Ooh, got the hit on me there. I just can't seem to get quite as much damage out of this thing as I would have expected. Not a bad fight overall. It just took a long time. Definitely blame my cat for walking in front of the screen right as I was trying to get that thing started. And also my own stupidity for not throwing down my traps at the beginning. But I mean, overall, the weapon was really solid. The song wasn't quite as cool in 8-bit as it normally is, but still a cool addition to the game. You know, better to have more variety than less, like I was saying earlier. So overall, it was solid. Great weapon, just not played necessarily great by me. And yeah, I think it's well enough balanced. Maybe they could just tone down the damage of the melee hit just a little bit, and it would be good. But yeah, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. We will be back next time with the rest of the 2.0 stream. We're going to look at that weapon that I refused to pick up today, the barrel launcher, and see what it can actually do when you try to fight with it instead of just use it to bust open doors. Y'all have a good one. And it's not letting me mouse over yet because it's on this loading screen. There we go.